There's mentally ill people, there's infirmed people, there are old Civil War soldiers here. I've been growled at here, I've been groped here, I've had my hair pulled.
Is there any bad energy sticking around from that?
Yes, there was a suicide right up here at the top of the stairway.
That was so spooky. I don't know. I'm like, it kills.
Did you touch me?
We're gonna turn this off here in a second. Is there anything you want to tell us before we do that? What's up, guys? What do I say?
Welcome back to Peyton Levi Investigations.
Wait, welcome back to Peyton Levi Investigations.
My name's Peyton.
What's up, guys? Stare at this, Peyton. Okay, this is actually it. You know how this goes. We gotta do it like 7 times. I have to do it like 7 times. What's up, guys? Oh, welcome back to Peyton Levi Investigations. My name's Peyton. Wow, dude. Oh, don't get the giggles, don't get the giggles. You love me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Peyton Levi Investigations. My name's Peyton.
My name's...
Tonight, we are in St. Joseph, Missouri at the Beattie Mansion.
The Beattie Mansion was built in 1854 for Eliza and Armstrong Beattie.
So Armstrong became one of the first bankers here in St. Joseph and was also elected mayor 5 times.
Because Armstrong was a mayor and he was a very popular person in St. Joseph, they held a lot of events here. So a lot of people were in and out here over the years. And then Armstrong, he had cholera several times in his life, and then eventually he died from cholera.
Yeah, that last one took him.
Armstrong died in 1878 from cholera, and then a couple years later, his wife Eliza also died.
So after Eliza died in 1882, the Ladies Union Benevolence Association, that's a long name, bought the house, and it was a place for like unwed moms, local brothels. If like a woman became pregnant, they would come here. And it also took in homeless, and then also had a lot of orphans come here and just kind of like took care of them and made sure that they stayed well.
So in 1895, this place became an assisted living facility. They called it the Memorial Home for the Aged. And it actually was that way for 100 years. From 1895 to 1995, this place housed elderly folk who needed assistance. They said it to be pretty lively and pretty happy for the situation.
Do you think they threw ragers here?
100%.
Yeah.
Imagine this place when World War II ended.
Bro, do you think Jack Daniels sponsored it? Sponsored it?
Why? Was he a World War II guy?
I don't know, I just think of World War II and whiskey.
So in 1995, this place became a home for mentally ill and mentally disabled people. And then it was that way for about 10 years until 2004. And then it was bought out by a private owner.
So when it was purchased in 2004, they had intentions of turning it into a bed and breakfast. And when they hired contractors to come in and renovate the place, they lasted about a week or maybe 2 weeks before they would leave because they got so scared from the activity here, seeing full body apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, all that kind of stuff. And it was said that Michael, the guy who bought it, he offered them more money to come back to renovate it, and they wouldn't do it because they got so scared.
That's so wild, like offering someone a ridiculous amount of money to renovate it, and they're like, no, I don't want any part of this place.
Not doing it.
We're out of here.
Yeah. So this place has a pretty crazy history over like what, 100 like billion years?
100 and bagillion. Factual.
57 to now, so
almost 200 years.
1857.
170 some odd years.
I can't do math right now. There have been a lot of investigations held here. Actually here in the kitchen that we're in is said to have a lot of full body apparitions seen here, which I have not seen anything like that before, so I'd be stoked to see something like that, but also really scared.
Yeah, there's a lot of reports of activity here. All the teams that have investigated have written their stories in a book. And just reading through that book, it was kind of half and half. Like some of them would say they would get so much activity, and some groups would say they wouldn't get a whole lot of activity. But the activity they reported was pretty consistent. It was a lot of orbs, a lot of EVPs, and a lot of like footsteps everywhere. A few times a door would be closed. They would hear the disembodied voices that the construction workers heard. So kind of a mix and match, 50-50 of reports, but for the most part, the reports of actual activity are pretty consistent. So
Yeah, and on the second floor above us, Eliza, the wife of Armstrong, is said to be like the most prominent spirit up there. And you also hear a child laughing, which we did learn that Mabel was the child that did die here. And so I wonder if maybe that could be related to that account, but we'll see.
And this actually didn't come up in our research, but we learned about this during the tour with our host, that there was apparently someone who hanged themselves from one of the stairways up there, which we hadn't read about that anywhere about any suicides, but she pointed it out. That was one of the first things that she pointed out.
And this place is said to have like a very prominent male spirit downstairs that likes to taunt people. But with all that being said, all the kind of possible negative energy and the taunting spirits, it's not really believed to have anything malicious or evil here, so that's kind of refreshing. Dude, I'm ready to investigate this place.
Let's do it. Can you do the thing with your hands?
Do the fishy? Yeah, I can do that. Stop.
This is Buford.
Buford.
Buford, yeah, Buford's been around a while. He's seen better days, but he's hanging in there. I have SLS footage of children riding him.
Oh, wow.
And literally, yeehaw, swinging on the chandelier. The chandelier didn't move, but they were all over that thing.
Huh.
And we were standing underneath it, climbing down our arms and stuff and going back up. It was hilarious. It's happened 3 times to me here.
That's so cool.
I know. And it's just basically because you tell them to go out, come out and play, and they do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of children here. After it was a residence, I can't remember exactly how long the Beatties lived here, 30-some years, I think. They had no children, so they took in nieces and nephews, who eventually inherited everything. Sold this place, took the money and ran, and didn't even leave Eliza and Armstrong markers on their graves.
Wow.
They were nice. That's,
When you said layered earlier, do you mean like different generations of spirits
yes.
are here? Okay.
And if you believe in the quantum theories at all, the doors being open and different layers, different times, I guess you would say.
Okay.
It's like time travel on steroids,
Yeah.
Everybody doing it, but I don't find one single idea going on here at once. Ever. Not one. There's mentally ill people, there's infirmed people, there were old Civil War soldiers here. There were also 15 slaves that lived here.
Oh, wow.
Armstrong
Wow.
Beattie owned 15 people. He was a staunch Confederate. He left the mayor, being the mayor of St. Joseph, a title which he held 5 times. He was elected 5 times. He was the first banker, one of the very first millionaires, and was extremely stingy with his money. He left everything to the nieces and nephews and nothing to Eliza. She had no options but to stay here and be cared for until she died. I've got all these pictures of people that are no longer with us because this place opened up as a home for the friendless in 1888. That was the first thing that happened, was that children came in, and right after the Civil War, a lot of women and children came in. And so it was quite a lively place. Here's a dumbwaiter right here.
Oh, cool.
It is screwed shut, but just recently the alarm started going off. And it hadn't worked since I've been here. And one day I just pushed the button downstairs. I heard, what the hell? I kept doing it several times, running up and down, seeing if I could figure it. And that's the only thing it could be, and it hasn't worked. I mean, look at it. I'm afraid to even touch it. But it hasn't worked, and now it's started.
Wow.
So if you hear that buzzing, it's because they're trying to send a meal up. Oh, the haunted lamp. It was left here by Nick Groff.
Oh, cool.
Which,
Okay.
I call it the haunted lamp. It's not really the haunted lamp.
I was like that. I know where we're going.
It's like, okay, haunted lamp, all right.
So the whole Ghost Adventures team come here or just
Just Nick. It was
Okay.
Nick and Katrina. It
Okay.
was the paranormal lockdown. Working bathroom.
Ooh, number.
So we have down in two working bathrooms. I've got another little factoid thing like this in the office. It has a little, this is originally what the house looked like in 1854.
Wow.
Then it became this, then this, then this, and now. So it's been through a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I read that whenever, I think after Eliza died, whenever it was
Sold to the Ladies Union Benevolent
yeah,
Society.
they like doubled the size.
Yes, they did. And
Yeah.
it made the house twice as big. Okay. Now. See, people have been handling it. I don't know how they do that. I won't handle it. The African mask, it's an agony mask. And the maker usually would be trying to put their personality into the clay, infuse it with emotion. I don't know if this is a reproduction. I don't know if it's a knockoff, but the facial scarring seems to be African American to me. And when I touched it, I did not like the way it made me feel. I'm a medium, a psychic medium, and I really felt low, like I could barely breathe. And
Yeah.
then fight or flight, it was bad. And I don't even like to touch it, so I brought it in here. But I show people that because there's just a different feeling here regarding, slavery or imprisonment or anything like that. And I'm trying to bring humanity in. Because Armstrong, the slaves he didn't use here, he rented them out. So he not only owned them, but he profited by them.
Wow.
And that, it was pretty intense. I thought it was intense.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned being a medium and a psychic. Would you feel comfortable expanding on that a little bit? Because I know there's from what I've seen and heard, that like psychics, there's a lot of different ways that psychics work, and they all have different feelings and stuff.
I developed, as an empath, I developed a relationship with this place long before I ever even got inside the building. Just driving past here, I'm from St. Joseph, and it really kind of intrigued me, and I was seeing different things that just, over 100 years worth of life.
Sure.
And of course nobody believed me, but I told my husband when I grew up, but this was about 40 years ago. I said, I need to get in that building. I really need to get in that building. Come to find out, one of the nieces' name was Mary Ann, and that's also my name.
Yeah.
The slave that Armstrong Beattie inherited, his name was Mary. And I'm not sure if that has anything to do with anything. It's just I
Still like an uneasy
I
connection.
find okay, that's kind of something. Maybe, I don't know, but I always announce myself when I come in, and I'll say Mary Ann, and sometimes I'll get an answer from a man going, who? It's like that, so I'm like, okay. But
Yeah.
Mary Ann, the niece, wound up marrying a senator, so she did okay. This is called the Hoagland Annex, and it was built when the need for a larger orphan facility came to be. You might notice this. This is part of a call system.
Okay.
That when it was a nursing home in the later years, more technological than this, of course the lights would light up, and there's call buttons, call switches in the rooms. And that's what those would be for. There was also an intercom system. The speaker's been taken off here, but there's one upstairs. It crackles sometimes, and this stuff couldn't be any deader. It could not be any deader. But this is an interesting place because the mental patients were kept in this area. And I also get light for air in this area too. A lot of people that come right through here is like, oh, that feels different. It's just a different.
Yeah, I felt the difference whenever I walked over
I
here.
know,
Yeah.
it's like all of a sudden you've walked into a vacuum or something.
Yeah.
And this is the newer part of the house?
This
This
is
definitely
the
feels
annex,
like
yeah.
the older part.
Yeah, it's all joined together.
Sure.
They're just, there was a suicide right up here at the top of this stairway. And that's the first thing I saw when I came here, and I found out later there was a woman who was a drug addict, and she suffered quite a bit, but she was also here at the time where there were some mental patients and halfway house people, and so you get a mixture of bad things start to happen, and she was one of the casualties, but
So then, do you think with like the suicide and the mental patients, just kind of like the bad situations folks were in, is there any bad energy sticking around from that?
Yes, yeah, I've been growled at here. I was picking up some stuff. I was getting ready to leave. My husband was barking at me to hurry up. So I'm like, oh, all right. I go over there, I start picking stuff up, and I all of a sudden felt like this, but with no fan on, just whoosh by me. So I turned around, and I was like, what the you know, because I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
I turn around there, and I'm gathering my bags, and then I felt it again. And when I had been recording, after shushing my husband, I played it back later, and I was picking up my bags, and I heard,
Oh wow.
not in my ear, but on the tape.
Sure.
Old school magnetic tape. Then I was not oblivious to it, which is what's crazy. But then a second time, right before I left, and I just, I always come in here and I say, I always tell the person or persons in this area, really, they need, get their shit together and not be assholes tonight. Because if they're particularly raunchy with women, this one is. I hope I've tamed him down a little bit, but that's...
So have you ever had anything like directly negative physically happen to you?
Well, I've been groped here. I've had my hair pulled. Literally, I got the wind pulled out of my chest and started choking. And I was sitting here with my partner right there in front of that big bureau chest right there. This yellow, looked like a lemon doing a spiral coming right towards me, my camera, and I'm wanting to get it to film, but I'm trying to take pictures up with it, and I'm like, fumbling around, then all of a sudden I just literally lost my breath, and I just started gagging and choking, and it really felt like my lungs just wouldn't hold air. It was weird. And then my partner is like, stop it, and I'm like, because I fight that and it finally let up, and I'm like, dude, you cannot do that to me. You're not allowed to do that to people. So I tell people not to come in this area with an attitude, because you've got some crazy stuff. And they like to mess with girls, and sometimes they just like to mess with people. This is one weird bathroom. This is not a coffin. I wish it was a coffin, but it's not. It's a toolbox. It's stuck in there. But there is a toilet that's handicap accessible around the corner. I went in there with my SLS, and I caught a figure on the toilet. And they literally did this whack and then shot up through the ceiling. And the smart aleck I was with said, so check for cotton balls. Check for cotton balls in the toilet.
Gosh.
And I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. I hope you get thumped later.
Oh yeah, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay, this is the haunted potty chair.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen Amy's Crypt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, about the mansion?
Yes.
Okay, well, they had some luck with the haunted potty chair.
Okay.
There's a camera system here, and every now and then, sometimes I just feel like, I wonder what's going on at the mansion. We were having an electrical storm the other night, and I wonder what's going on at the mansion. It was crazy. It was like disco fever, man. They were everywhere, just swooshing around. But they set a sensor up here on the haunted potty chair. Every now and then I do see it do something like that. And it's heavy enough that it's not going to just
It's
do
not
that.
nearby.
Yeah.
Right.
That fan is not going to cause
Sure.
that. But every now and then I'll see a nudge, and I'm like, yeah, they're using potty chair. That's awesome. There's a fire. This is where the girl killed herself. This was not here. She tied herself to this with a sheet, and then just went over and hit the steps on the way down, but broke her neck.
I mean, did she just go over?
There was someone there egging her on. She had been victimized here, and it's just the way it was. The soup they were all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different circumstances. People shouldn't be with other people, and of course the children are gone. But that doesn't mean that there's not a different level to it all.
Is that a
She's-
painting of Eliza?
This is the only thing we have that even comes near. It was sold to us by her great niece.
Oh wow.
And she said it's her. If it's not, I don't even want to know. Because it makes her very happy that we talk about her. Okay, now this is George's room. No? There we go.
There.
Okay, George was kind of misunderstood. Everybody called him a grumpy guy. And there was a hodgepodge of stuff in here that wouldn't have even belonged to a man like George. So I started thinking, maybe he needs his own atmosphere. I've been doing it for a lot of the women and the kids. Maybe he needs his own atmosphere. And then he told me that he was a veteran. So I brought in some veteran things, map, a flag, and some sportsman-like things. And then one day I was sitting up here and I kept hearing harmonica music, harmonica music. Okay, I went downstairs and I was looking for picture frames and I found a harmonica, so I brought his harmonica
Yeah, that's cool.
up to him. And it's like, damn, did he know that was here, or was it he just supposed to have it? But that's cool. And he's been very happy ever since. This used to be right here. Well, Michael likes to just put things. Oh, a man's room? Okay, this is a man's vest. It screams Tijuana shotgun wedding to me. It really, did you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
This man would not have been caught dead, sneaking across a border in that.
Yeah.
And so they were like, damn, George, you really got some ugly clothes. And I just told them, don't provoke my ghosts. Don't provoke my dead people. You don't need to, And then they played it down in the office. And they said, man, you got some ugly clothes. Look at that ugly vest. And there was a silence. And then, asshole. George called him asshole.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite stories about George because he didn't have it. To reiterate what this place had in it at one time. This is where you go when you want that sinking feeling.
Oh, yeah.
And for the longest period, first time I came here like 5 years ago, these sinks were everywhere. Okay, now, Mildred's room. Mildred is just one of our little old ladies, and I hear Mildred in here. So I got a little thing display over there with hats for Mildred and some Easy Spirit shoes, that's what little old ladies wear. And I'm making it just more feminine. There's a nice picture.
Yeah.
And she likes posies, or pansies, so I put a lot of pansy stuff in there, flowers, little lady stuff. Sometimes you can smell like cashmere bouquet or that your grandma's underwear drawer smell. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I've never smelled my grandma's
underwear. Well, I'm talking about they all used to.
I'm just like, yeah.
They all these old ladies, used to use talcum powder.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like cashmere bouquet in a little tin. I don't know what the deal was, but they all basically smell like little floral old lady kind of thing. Now this is a room we have made up for children. A lot of people get stuck in here. They'll sit in the rocking chair and wait. If you've got anything that makes music or something like that, they like that in here. There's a little girl named Mabel who actually died. I don't know if it was in this room, but she was in a room with multiple children, small beds, and she died from pernicious anemia, which basically meant that she bled internally. And she left 3 siblings behind, so there were 4 Iden children here. So when Mabel died, there were still 3. Both of their parents were dead. This was Armstrong Beatty's bedroom. The reason why it's not very fixed up is because he's gonna wait. I'm doing other people first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, he used to be kind of a bully. He liked to whistle, and he would whistle right up behind my head. And finally I told him, dude, you can't do that with me. And I'm not impressed by you. And we kind of have come to a stalemate. He'll mess with other people. He likes to stomp on the floors in heavy boots. And my husband heard that the other day and chickened out and ran out of the building. I thought, please. But I love that stuff. But that's one of the things he goes very heavy, This is Eliza's bedroom, and nope, there is no working bulb in that. Anyway, yeah. She's kind of particular about her bed, so if you get on her bed, make, oh my God, the fan is working.
Hey.
Crazy.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's probably all it'll do, which ain't much. Okay, but this is Eliza's room. It would have faced formal gardens. The entire front of the house would have had a formal garden in front of it. And out here on the side, she would have been able to see where the gardens were.
So is this the room she stayed in after Armstrong passed away?
After Armstrong passed away, about 2 months after he died, she had a fall here at the house, probably on the stairs, and became bedridden. So her last 2 years of her life after he was gone, when maybe she would have had a fighting chance, became owned by the nieces and nephews. She was bedridden, so she didn't do anything. And back in those days when you were bedridden, they didn't care to you, they didn't roll you all over and get you up out of bed and all that. So she laid in bed for 2 years, and her passing was very sad, I thought. Well, welcome to the basement. It's very damp down here. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Okay, this is one of the features of the house that we hear some plinkety plink. And there's often somebody who sits in this right here. I see a gray form of a human, and then down on the floor, and then part of it's doing this, tapping its toes. So I believe that they're either playing it with being a player, or they're actually playing on it.
Wow.
But we do hear piano music from down here. It's a little more ragtimey, you know, which makes me think that they're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Oh, now this one is lots of fun. This is where the caretaker sleeps, and he's the guy that will be very grumpy. He has saved me some heartache. My husband had to replace the entire sewer line to this place. It came burbless, shooting up through the ground a couple of times, and he finally dug it all up and replaced it himself, which was no small feat. But I was down here after we had a rental with a lot of people here, and they always leave the chairs out. Well, if people go into the dark, I want to make sure the chairs are put away from to the sides of the walls all through the house. So I was doing all that, and I heard, I was right over by the piano, and I said, now what? What did I do to piss you off? What did I do? And then, and I'm, okay, where are you? And so I'm trying to pinpoint him, and I heard kind of a shuffling, and then, one more time, and it was coming from the kitchen. And I'll show you what he was showing me, but this is where he sleeps. So it smells like sweat and cigarettes in here or something.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
Just so you don't let anyone smoke in the house, right?
No.
I can smell a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And chew everything. I mean,
Yeah,
the guy,
yeah, exactly.
the guy he was pretty, you know, he was
Like,
pretty,
I don't smell it right now, but like as soon as I walked in here, I smelled it immediately.
and the door hasn't been shut either. The guy growling at me was trying to get me to go into the kitchen around the corner because the sewer line was bubbling up in the floor. So
Oh.
I wouldn't have even known it if he hadn't been bitching at me to go look. And I'm like, oh man, thank you. You know, but he does that with my husband and I because we're fixing things, not screwing things up, and
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to make it better. And I think they like that. He wants to know what you're doing and why. That's his big deal. He shows himself in this window sometimes to the people out in the parking lot. And of course, there's nothing in the window at that time. So you'll just see his face with coal dust on it. And he can be cranky. And then there's a crazy lady with white fuzzy hair that Kelly actually saw outside the place as well as in this window.
Oh, wow.
And she said to him, you better leave here and never come back. Don't ever come back. And he turns around to put his rake down, and he turns back around and she's gone. So it's like, okay, that was crazy.
Wow.
You know, she's like out there. And here is the kitchen. There's the dumbwaiter, which is screwed shut, but it started doing this.
Wow.
And I'm like, people are like, oh, there's the button. And I said, oh, it doesn't work. And I heard, I'm like, huh?
Ooh, why is it working?
I'm like, no. Now, this is one of the places where the first night I came here, for some reason, I just kept feeling like I needed to open the cabinet. And one shot that I got, I didn't see it at the time, of course, but I went through it. And there was a woman sitting in the corner, like 2 shells were gone, sitting in the corner and had small children, huddled on top of her. And I was changing the filters, going, what the hell is that? And then I saw eyes. I saw the sets of eyes. I'm like, my God, those are people,
Oh,
you
my
know.
goodness.
And then I zeroed in and used a different filter, and it was a woman and 3 children. Bathroom.
What was that?
Not functioning.
I don't know what that was.
What'd you hear?
Or like
It's like a paper whoosh.
yeah, like paper.
Okay, might have been
It might have
there.
been like the insulation.
Might have been right there in that doorway, or outside. I'm not sure.
Oh, it was.
Definitely
It
was
was this
here.
paper.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's like walking by.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what-
See that suck out. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was like, what?
Yeah. All right. It's our little couch. Okay.
Do you think there's anything outright evil here?
Sometimes when people bring it.
Okay.
There were people that were saying before Apex Paranormal was saying they opened a portal in the basement. And it's no secret that I think that's bull. I think it's you don't do that with the dead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this is their place, not yours.
Right.
You know, you're lucky to be here. You don't need to treat them that way. Would you like it if people came to your home?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I demand you show yourself. And you go, oh, really?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, and I try to work that way. I don't think there needs to be anything evil here because I think there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
And it can get revved up a little bit. It can get revved up a little bit. That light just flashed.
Oh, that's
Like I
interesting.
said, that's kind of feisty and
Sure.
I
Well, good though.
just
That's
think-
good to hear because the last place we went to was very.
Where'd you go?
We went to the Sally House in Atchison.
I know some stories about
Yeah.
that place. I know some stories about its origins
Yeah.
and how it got that way.
All right, well, hello to the spirits of the Beattie Mansion, Eliza Armstrong, caretaker, Andy, worker man, children, Peyton Levi here. We are here to investigate this house and to see what you have to show us, to tell us, have us experience. We respect you. We're not going to mess with any of your stuff in any way that's disrespectful. We ask that you be respectful to us. We ask that you interact with us. We just want to hear from you. We ask that you don't touch us. And we ask that you stay here when we leave in a few hours. And again, just we're here to hear from you and to learn from you. And we want you to talk to us. So we're going to start asking you questions and doing all that fun stuff that you've all seen before, but we're different because we're different people. We're gonna take this K2 around and just kind of see if there's any hot spots in the house. I might just hold it out and see if there's like anything. Like, can you do this?
That would be wild. So this picture, apparently, the hair is actually hair from one of the babies that was here, as well as this blanket used to be like that baby's blanket, and it's actually like made into the painting itself, which is kind of crazy.
This is such a big house. I don't even know where to begin. But I mean, these dolls are interesting. This one spooks me out. I don't know if anybody would be like sitting in these chairs.
Pull up the switchboard, see if it gets anything from the wiring or something.
Oh, up here? Yeah, because she said it like it doesn't work or anything.
Right, it's definitely not on.
That's from me hitting it.
Yeah.
But any spirits that want to communicate with us in any way, you can. See that? It could have been me doing this. That want to communicate with us, you can come up to this device in my hand and touch it. It'll let us know that you're here. This is.
Yeah, this is the staircase.
Whoa.
It's probably the camera.
No.
Nope, not the camera.
Eliza, if you're up here and you want to let us know that you're here, if you see this device in my hand, you can come close to it and let us know that you're here.
Ooh, the battery is dying all of a sudden.
Ooh.
Has it been that low? I can't remember what it was.
I don't
at.
think it was that low. 'Cause after we stopped the intro, it was at.
Like, it literally, as soon as I walked out, it started flashing. Because I was watching the entire time. As soon as I walked out of that room, it started flashing.
All right, Eliza, we're gonna come into your room. Don't mean any disrespect. We just want to see if you're in here.
Eliza, are you sitting in that chair right now?
There's somebody in the chair with us right here. Can you get up and come back?
You can see it flashing like crazy.
Yeah.
Are you Eliza? I hope so. I hope no one else is sitting in your chair.
It's like up here.
Only up there.
Up here only, like.
It's so weird. It's not the light.
There's just light. Is there anything back here? It's not happening back here.
It's only right there at the front of the chair.
It's right here. And now it's gone. Well, it's like,
Kind of. There. There's nothing up here. There's a sprinkler system. There's nothing on the walls. There's
gone.
A lamp, and it's not there anymore. Well, a little bit. I'd love to come back to this later tonight and see if it's still doing it.
yeah, it's really.
I need to get focused on it. Yeah, you can see the yellow.
If there's somebody in the chair, can you just follow us around the house and let us know you're around us whenever we ask? We'd appreciate it. Eliza, if that's you, you can follow us around as well. I'm not gonna say that's interesting.
We don't say that anymore.
Armstrong, we're gonna come hang out with you for a bit. Somebody come sit next to me.
Mr. Beattie, we understand that this used
Did you
to
see
be...
that?
No? Did it go up?
Yeah, I said, hey, does somebody want to come sit with me? And
yeah,
it
that's
shot up to
right.
yellow, yeah.
Yep.
That is like the most
I don't like it.
creepy looking mask I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of creepy masks.
Marianne told us that this was one of the more active rooms in the house. Whatever's here, show us what you showed her. Make some noises. Touch one of these lights.
I don't know if it was sweat going down my leg or something, but I felt like a. Yeah, it's weird.
Gosh, I feel like
It's
something's
heavy.
gripping my heart. Like it's not hard to breathe. It just feels just like someone's just like pushing, like someone's like pushing. I keep like not hearing. Like it's not one of those things that. You know, some people have talked about in videos where like they hear something, but like they're the only person that hears it in the entire crowd of people.
Yeah.
It's not like audibly hearing, but like in my head, I just hear the word stop. Like stop, stops. Like just like repeatedly, like.
Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us right now?
What's your name? Get out. You didn't hear that?
I heard it. That's why I shook my head no.
Do you not want us here?
So like quit it?
It's the same voice again. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, that doesn't matter.
Can you tell us to get out again?
Why do you not want us here?
There's a lot there that I didn't.
Do you want us to leave?
Something, guys. Trapped?
Is there anything trapped here? A direct something?
We'd like to know your name. Can you tell us your name? Can you say one of our names?
I can't.
Do you still want us to get out? Go outside?
Is this a good place?
Oh. Can you tell us what floor of the house you're on? Stop.
Why do you want us to stop? I like you guys.
Are we talking to multiple people here?
That was loud. Person.
Faithful. I thought I also heard multiple before that. Why is that mask here? It's part of me. You and he something.
What do you want us to do? Nothing in here?
Wait.
Wait for what? We're happy to wait if you could just tell us what we're waiting for.
The thing. Hanging. Hanging?
What do you want us to do? I didn't like that.
Just laughed.
I didn't like that.
You're going up? Go.
Do you want us to go upstairs?
I don't love. Why don't you love anything? Friday. I want that one.
You can't touch any of us. You can't do anything to either of us. What do you want to do? You cannot cause any pain to us. You are not allowed to.
We're gonna turn this off here in a second. Is there anything you want to tell us before we do that? It's not yours.
You cannot touch us. How you feeling right now?
I feel fine. I'm just kind of. I don't know if we're just like not inviting. I don't know how to be more nice. Like I just want to talk to somebody.
I'd like to do spirit box. I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer.
That was so spooky. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I got goosebumps on my cheek.
Did you get it? You did.
I got the flashlight. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it was like, it was kind of like a grunt, like, okay, like,
Like finally they're
like,
leaving.
I don't know if like my brain just like made it up or what, but like it. You saw me jump down the stairs. You saw me jump down the stairs.
I thought you fell.
No, I didn't fall.
I thought you tripped up the stairs.
I sprinted down the stairs, but I jumped over like 7 of them.
Huh.
If there is something up here, can you make that noise again for me? I'm like kind of shaky. I don't want to like go any further.
What did that noise mean? Were you glad that we were packing up and leaving this area?
I don't like going up there. I'm gonna go that way. It was. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if it was like Armstrong or like. I mean, that's the only thing like that's known to be up there, and I mean, I guess Eliza too, but like. I don't know, like.
What percentage? How something? How lively? Alone? To protect? Alone again? Not strong enough. Support.
What spirits are trying to talk to us right now? Are you part of the Beattie family? Are you
In
from
that paragraph?
in that paragraph? Oh, one of the ones on the wall? Are you Mabel?
Of what's going on?
Of what's going on? Are you a slave?
Just?
Are you talking to somebody from the assisted living facility? Are we talking to an orphan? Are we talking to somebody who worked here? Can you tell me what your name is?
No matter how strong you are?
Were you the one that fell over the stairs?
Got me?
Was somebody provoking you to do that?
Most?
Oh man. Did you mean to
Ordered.
Did you mean to do that? Are you the one that made the noise that I heard over there on the stairs?
We're before this?
Were you here before this house was built?
PTSD?
George?
Member?
Member.
Did you touch me?
No.
I swear. Like, were you walking around at any point either?
I've been right here.
Like, I kind of felt like the room bouncing like you were walking around a little bit. You weren't
No.
feeling that?
No, I didn't feel that. We're gonna run this again here real quick.
Fake.
Fake.
Your forgiveness.
My forgiveness.
I want to
is-
encourage you.
Okay. Am I talking to multiple people here?
Can you show me where?
What are you looking for?
This way?
Which way? Where are you trying to go?
Oh, there was a laugh. It went that long.
Like,
It was so fake too. It wasn't like it was like it literally
does not know. Anger.
Hi Eliza, my name's Levi. It's my friend Peyton over there.
I try. Do you believe?
Have you tried to talk to us?
Are you asking if we,
Help.
Are you asking if we believe that you're talking to us? If there's something that you need help with that you want to try to get us to believe so we can help you? Peyton and I are Christians. Do you think there's anything Christianity can do to help?
No particular. One person describes it.
Did you know any Christians in your life?
Tonight.
Yeah, you've met us and we're Christians. Are we the only Christians you've come across?
Way up there. Right after. How much do you care about this place?
Is there anything you want to tell us before we go?
Out of town?
Do you want us to get out of town?
Forever?
You want us to leave? Do you want us to leave? If you say yes, we'll stop this right now. Do you want us to keep going? We'll respect you. If you say no, we'll stop.
Clarify? Classification.
If you want us to keep going, let us know. But if you want us
Okay.
Okay, you want us to keep going? Or do you want us to stop? Who are we talking to right now? Who's talking to us? Told you our names. We'd love to know your name.
Family?
Did you have a family here?
You can't.
I can't talk to your family?
Any other
I can't see your family?
religion? Including?
Is it because of my religion that you don't want me to talk to your family?
It kills?
I feel great.
I'm glad you feel good. I don't like that I looked right at your lips.
Well, we had an uneventful night of sleep, and we have to check out of here pretty soon, so I think this officially concludes the investigation of the Beattie Mansion. This place is huge, and there's so much history.
So big.
Marianne, thank you so much for showing us around and taking the time to walk us through things, because that was incredible.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome seeing the love and the care that you have for this place. This place is great. So thank you. Please take the time to like this video, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you have not already. If there's anything that you picked up on that we didn't, please let us know. And if there's any other places in the Midwest area that you would like us to go to, we'll do it. We'll go there.
We shall go there. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment something. Thanks.
See you next time.
My name's Peyton.
And my name's